On today's show, we discuss Earth Day in ecotourism and discuss the best destinations to celebrate Earth Day. Welcome to the Enjoy the Journey Luxury Travel Show. Thank you for joining us live today. I'm your host, David Hartman, owner of Fantastic Endeavors Travel Agency. As we discuss Earth Day, we will discuss my recommendations for destinations if you want to get out and celebrate Earth Day, which just passed on April 22nd, and the different types of kind of green or ecotourism type travel you can participate in. I'm participating some right now here in John Pennekamp State Park, and it's a happy 51st anniversary to Earth Day. The anniversary Big 550 was missed last year, but now we're celebrating this year, which just passed this week. As always, please like the show wherever you're watching it and put a comment below. And Earth Day just passed. How do you celebrate Earth Day? Where do you want to go in the future next April? Every April 22nd happens every year. And put a question for me as far as how I can help today. And as always, please follow me on social media, Fantastic Endeavors YouTube channel. All these shows are there for my past year of doing the Enjoy the Journey Luxury Travel Show. And as these slides pass right now, we're going to take a quick break, switch the camera around. I'm going to show you a little bit of Jellyfish Creek. Stay tuned right now. Appreciate you guys joining us. As the slides end, we're going to move on to Jellyfish Creek. Coming up right second. The audio is not going to be as well because the camera's farther away, but just stay tuned. We're at John Pennekamp Park. In the distance, that white roof is my neighbors, my neighborhood, about a few streets south of me. Actually, south of me. I'll turn around and show you. It's called the Limbo Trail. Very appetizing looking trail. We'll see what happens to it. I've come down here once or twice in the past year. Beautiful walking down here, maybe two people only, but you're going to have to turn around, as you see by the sign right here. Go slow so we can absorb the sign. No Pennekamp rentals, kayaks, paddleboards, canoes beyond this point. We'll see why. Now, those signs are around a bunch so you don't go on the boat channel, but this one's for a reason. Because it gets narrower and narrower. Half a paddle here. There's the limbo. Limbo! It's higher tide right now, so big time limbo. Depending on the tide, you can get pretty far back. Maybe back in the day. Looks like a cut channel. And these were regular cut or whatever happened back in the 50s. Probably connected to the state park at some point, but Mother Nature has taken over now. It's pretty far back. Looks like it's opening up next to something. Maybe someone connected the trail. Look that limbo. Limbo! Now just pull your way through. It's a piece of garbage you'll go get. Is it green? Project aware. Like I said, you can tell by the width and the sheer walls on the sides. Limbo, limbo. Where the higher tide is. Yeah, I see some garbage in there. I'll try to get that in a second. Stuff gets floating everywhere when you get storms. It's getting showered, so maybe one day it did connect to the park. But it just naturally. storage too. Nice exploration thing. I like this curve around. I think that lower tide I couldn't go as far because it's pretty shallow. Man, look at that. Well, that's on my kayak. How'd that get back there? Put it on the kayak. We'll enough to get out, so it'll probably sink down 100 feet. Hey, we're back live from the home studio. We actually had a video of Jellyfish Creek queued up for you guys, and it didn't render in time. We went out and filmed some of this before because the conditions out in our kayaking trails were not good to do the live feeds. So we're here back in the kayaking home studio. Ooh, thank you for joining us today. We are celebrating Earth Day, and I did want to give you guys a quick hot opening with some eco activities you can do right here in the Florida Keys. So this is one of my favorite destinations to celebrate Earth Day because it's so earthy and so much you can do with the environment and to protect the environment and to volunteer your time. I do want to kind of get into the show itself and talk a little bit about Earth Day and talk about my favorite destinations to celebrate Earth Day and why it's important. And please put in the comment in the chat, where do you celebrate Earth Day? Do you know what Earth Day is? And have you done something unique on Earth Day? Or have you done a unique ecotourism, green travel, or voluntourism activity? I would love to hear that. Do got some more kayaking footage to show you because that totally relates to today's theme and today's activity. And I first off want to give shout outs to my people on board. Some new names today I haven't seen in a while and appreciate you being on. Obviously, Janice Spivak, the trivia guru. Stephanie Davis, thank you for joining. Greg Testa, he's on every show. Appreciate you, Greg. Laura Bain Wilson, Bonnie Barnes, my agent Skip Shear, Sue Mooney, thank you for being here. Michael Byers, Sherry Byers Langston, appreciate you guys being on. As always, please put a comment. Let me know you're there so I can fire back at you. I can highlight your comments as seen right here. Jenna says, hello. We have that power now in our show. And I want to move on to what I believe are the best destinations. Let's talk about when you travel somewhere, what does it mean? Let's talk about Earth Day. Earth Day was founded April 22nd, 1970. It was actually the spring of that year. And then a senator named Gaylord Nelson, and he had an understudy named Dennis Hayes, and they kind of really codified it and made it a national holiday to celebrate Earth. And now there's over 1 billion activities worldwide on Earth Day, April 22nd of the year. It's the same age as me, 51 years old. My birthday is about 2 months prior. And that's kind of the summary of Earth Day. And now it's a worldwide event. UN was involved, the initial one, and they're still involved in it, and really takes place around the world. And we try to do things that give back to the earth, protect the earth, and really celebrate our earth, which is a very delicate thing here. So keep that in mind, that please celebrate Earth Day where you can in your parts. It just happened this year, but keep it in mind for next year. The kind of Earth Day activities you can do is ecotourism, the easiest here. Florida Keys is a good example of that, and the kayaking we did today. And then obviously green travel. Now, what is green travel? That's more low impact travel. Good example is camping, where it's no impact. You go camping, and then wherever you bring in, you bring out. You leave nothing else behind, but bring away the memories that you've shared when you were there. And there are many other green travel activities: low carbon footprints, low carbon emissions, carbon offsets. These are kind of things you get involved in when you travel. And there are a number of destinations you could do that. And then the third one, which is a little more, I would say, controversial in a very different way, and that's voluntourism, mostly because it's getting popular, but not as popular as people make it out to be, because most people that go on vacation don't mind getting involved in the environment, the culture, but to actually work on vacation is a different story. But it is gaining because of social media popularity. Peace Corps is a kind of extreme example of voluntourism. I was involved with a company named Fathom. I actually spoke to the Key Largo Rotary about this a couple of years ago. I was invited to speak for them. And I talked about how voluntourism is failing because people want to get involved, they want to give back, but they don't necessarily want to work on vacation. And that is changing. That was a couple of years ago. Biggest example was Fathom, a cruise line going to Cuba and Dominican Republic. The Cuba cruise is so great because people want to go to Cuba. There we had to get involved in people-to-people activities, not necessarily voluntourism that qualified. Then in Dominican, they were doing pure voluntourism, building wells, building water filters, building foundations. Those did not sell well at all. The cruise line lasted a year, bleeding money the whole time. Now that cruise ship's been resold twice, and now it's part of the Azamara line. The Fathom ship was fantastic and had a great time on my Cuba trip. And we'll talk about that in a future show. Those are the three main things I can think of. If you think of one activity you've been on that you've done when you've done Earth Day type travel, a synonymous Earth Day travel, let me know. To celebrate Earth Day, you don't have to do it on Earth Day. You can do an Earth Day type trip that really gives back to the environment when you go on travel. And that's what we emphasize down the Keys down here. You go scuba diving down here. Most people here are involved in the Florida Keys Marine Sanctuary. They are Blue Star rated. And they'll talk about low impact diving and the impact on the environment. You could get involved in fish counting with reef. The Reef Foundation is right here in Key Largo. They had a lionfish derby today. Congratulations on you guys doing that again. Good to see it back. And they're very involved in fish surveys and protecting our environment down here. Our producer, Bonnie, actually once worked for a reef. Those are just a couple examples of things you can do down here. Now, that's Earth Day. Those are the main activities you get involved in. Let's talk about, my favorite destinations. And as I do this, I do have more things to show you. Some more pictures here. Slideshow from a trip last weekend when I show these Earth Day type activities you get involved in the environment down here. But please leave a comment. There's me salvaging that. That was the end of that video. Go back to that video I just showed you. That was actually the end of Pennicamp Park's main trail. It goes to a dead end. I call it limbo trail because you're leaning back the whole time, limboing through trees. Let me change the banner here. And these are pictures actually from a trip this past weekend. The big blue container I pulled out, which was on my header photo for today's show, which went in my recycle bin and now is part of the recycling center here. And they did take it, thankfully. How that got back there is amazing. That's the power of our storms that we have. That was a big bin. I had to jump out in a foot of mud and empty that out. And I was able to tie it to my kayak and slowly get it back home. I do have to give a shout out to Tim Freeman. Tim, thank you for joining my live feed. I'm on your live feed all the time. Tim is live like every single day around the Keys promoting certain businesses. I just do it once a week, Tim. I'm envious. You're crazy. That's part of what he does. And Tim Freeman's a great guy. Check him out on social media. Beach Dollar and Tim Freeman. So these are pictures I took with some people last weekend to show you some different flavor. And it had really good lighting in the afternoon. Normally we're out in the mornings, and I just love the lighting. And these are things you can do from John Pennicamp State Park within their hours and time frame that they're open. And there is a fee to get in the park, but then you can go and tour around. Obviously, Florida Keys is at the top of my list for destinations, and I do want to talk about some others. But this is a manatee we saw in my own canal on the way to my dock. First time I've seen that off a kayak in many years. And he came right up to us looking for food, and you can see a good shot of him right there. Another destination I want to talk about is that's maybe not on your radar, but it's on mine. I've been there, is Dominica. Dominica is the one island that they say Columbus would recognize if he returned to the Caribbean today. Dominica is an amazing island in the deep eastern, almost southern Caribbean. It does have a cruise ship port, just one dock, just for one boat at a time, one ship at a time. Excellent scuba diving. They have 12 active volcanoes, and you are deep, immersive in nature. Great ecotourism, great green travel activities there. Highly recommended. I'll put that down as my top five. These aren't really in order, except for number one you've already heard about, but that's one I highly recommend. Also got to recognize, by the way, Stephen M. Jackson. Welcome back, Stephen. You're back, and he won the big trivia prize 2 weeks ago for his Ultimate Florida Keys Adventure, which I'll give a plug to at the end of the show. And who knows, I may give you a trivia prize on what I give away right now. It won't be anything you can Google. You got to pay attention to the rest of the show, because I am supporting that Key Largo Rotary Prize at keylargorotary.org, and I will show a slide of that towards the end of the show. Another one is Hawaiian Islands. I love the Hawaiian Islands. I've been to all the major tourist islands. I've seen them all from the air. Very eco-friendly, very eco-involved, very ecotourism. They really work on protecting their environment. And these are places you want to go to that really are on top of protecting their environment. These are the places you want to go to. People that really care about the environment and want tourists to get involved in protecting their environment. Those are the places you want to go to. And I think Hawaii does a fantastic job. Is Hawaii amazing? Is Hawaii crazy romance paradise? Of course. It's still part of that too. but there are eco activities you can get involved in, and there's companies I can recommend. Hawaii Trail is a phenomenal company. I've done zip lining, I've done waterfall hikes, I've done all sorts of, I've done tubing through cave tubes and really in low impact activities as far as not harming the environment of what we did these things. It was amazing. Another one, Costa Rica, very good for all the activities, ecotourism, green travel, and voluntourism. There's a lot of opportunities there. I was actually involved in planning voluntourism on the coast in Papagayo area of Costa Rica on the Pacific coast about 10 years ago. And that was very rewarding planning those activities. And it's a very big adventure destination, zip lines, surfing on the Pacific side, scuba diving, awesome beaches, great resorts. Not big on the all-inclusive resorts, less of a leisure environment, more of an active adventure environment. Hawaii's kind of both. You can be the leisure travel and you can be the active traveler. Great both. Also, Hawaii depends on the island you're on. Go back to my November 20th show where I cover Hawaii in my YouTube feed, Fantastic Endeavors, and I give a full review of the really kind of more adventure side of Hawaii. So Costa Rica is another one, adventure-type destination. They always brag about they have no standing army, very safe to visit, and they really feed every adventure activity. Also known for great golf courses, too, by the way. Here's one on everyone's bucket list trip if you're a scuba diver, but if you're a nature enthusiast or a naturalist, Charles Darwin wrote his book here, the famous books, his famous history, what is it again? The survival of the fittest theories. All the species books he wrote came from the Galapagos Islands and his visits there many, many years ago. And it's even more known now for scuba diving. It's, you can fly there. You fly there usually from the U.S. or from Ecuador. It is part of Ecuador. Keep that in mind. Sometimes their policy is a little crazy. Amazing for nature and adventure and activities and giving back. Not so much in the voluntourism. They're not that open of a culture, but very big on the green travel, very big on the ecotourism. Crazy the species. There are so many species you'll see there, you'll see nowhere else, including the famous tortoises, the blue-footed boobies. And scuba diving, this is your mecca as far as just like schools of hammerhead sharks, schools of whale sharks. I mean, just amazing activities and crazy aggressive diving too if you're into that, off liveaboard dive boats. And I can help you out with all that if you guys are into diving that. And of course, my number one is the Florida Keys. Excuse me. And that is my favorite because up and down the Keys, we have amazing kayaking trails. Up and down the Keys, we have amazing scuba diving. I'm biased. I live right here in Key Largo, and I believe we have the best scuba diving, the best kayaking trails of all the Keys. Feel free to reach out in the chat here and dispute me on that. But it is just amazing, and I got to thank COVID for one thing. If I could thank it for anything, it's really getting me reintroduced to what you're looking at behind me. What you saw in the videos I started the show on my hot intro is the kayaking trails right in my own backyard. Just another day from Dave's backyard. That may be a YouTube channel coming to you soon. We shall see. And the idea is that with nowhere to go in April and May, we'd go out almost every weekend, as I did this April, kayak these trails and clean up these trails and bring back garbage and go fish and really explore all there is, even beyond the Pennicamp Mark trails. And now I'm an expert. And if you want a tour, give me a call. And maybe I'm in town. I'll give you a tour of these great kayaking trails out here. So those are my top 5. I did mention Dominican Republic in there. Dominican is a great destination for vacationing in Punta Cana. Also very good in the Puerto Plata area, which was their kind of mecca in the 80s for vacationing. Less so now. More hang with the locals. You can temper your time and do a vacation in the all-inclusive resorts in Punta Cana. Then there's some really good resorts in Puerto Plata, but then when you're in those resorts, spend some time doing the cultural activities there. Those are still around. When the Fathom Cruise Line was involved in those, I told you about the defunct cruise line that did that Voluntourism type cruises. They actually took into other activities that were already happening by a different organization. So those are still there, and I still have relationships with those. So put in the chat if you got your top 5 or a place you want to go to a type of Earth Day type travel. Yes, we're celebrating the 51st anniversary of Earth Day, but we're also talking about ecotourism, green travel, and destination travel that involves voluntourism, volunteer activities. Let me know what you think of voluntourism. I myself enjoy it. I've done it. I did it in people-to-people and somewhat activities in Cuba. I've done it in Egypt when I visited there. And I've done it in other destinations. But do you want to work a little bit? Do you want to get involved in the culture a little bit when you go there? You don't have to. You can do more of an ecotourism type cultural activity. So keep that in mind. I do want to plug again the Ultimate Florida Keys Adventure by the Key Largo Rotary. And I will put the website here in a banner real quick as I plug this. And hope you guys enjoyed my top 5. The website's keylargorotary.org. And that right there you can see, and I'll put the banner up. Right there you can see, right in the header is Ultimate Florida Keys Adventure. The Rotary was on my show with Ted Drever, owner of Conch House, 2 weeks ago. Check out that show on Easter Saturday, because we didn't do an Easter Sunday. And actually, it was a week after that, sorry. And then on the 12th, they couldn't have any fundraisers this year. They couldn't have their usual huge fundraiser of the Nautical Flea Market. Couldn't have their normal other events they normally do because of COVID. So this is their one fundraiser for the local technical scholarships and high school scholarships they give out. And this is a chance to give back. So I did feature this on my show 2 weeks ago. I'm not going to go into too much now. I did give away 2 raffle tickets. Steve Jackson won one. Christy Dimmick won one. Christy Dimmick, speaking of eco activities, former owner of Blue Water here. And maybe give out a trivia question right here in a second as I go through the slideshow. Let me get it going. And so you guys can see. And that's the website. Let me get that down and put this slide again. This is a wonderful opportunity to give back to an organization that does a lot here locally that right now does not have their ability to raise the money they normally do, going on over a year. They did get the Nautical Flea Market last year before COVID was a discussion but wasn't concerned about. Then they got hit hard come March, and they haven't done anything since then. And last year was great for them, but 2021 has been difficult. The rest of 2020 was very difficult. So that's the Ultimate Florida Keys Adventure, and I'll put the website up one more time. And how else can you celebrate an Earth Day show without talking about the Ultimate Florida Keys Adventure? We're going to spend time, and that website will tell you, keylargorotary.org. Click on the main link for the raffle to buy your ticket, but you'll scroll through the different days. Ted Drever did a great job working with multiple suppliers here in the Upper Keys. You'll kayak with Garl's Coastal Kayaking the first day, and then you'll dive with Captain Slate. You'll do some time in Key West. You'll do some backcountry fishing here in the Upper Keys. If I won it, I keep it for myself. So keep that in mind. Even locals are jealous of this prize. So keep that in mind. Okay. Let's give away. Who's up for one more? Late in the show, we'll see if we get someone out there who's paying attention. I will give away one more $25 ticket. I'll go in tonight or tomorrow and go onto the website and sign up for you. What was my first destination I mentioned? That's the place where Columbus said he recognized this 500 years later. It's the most nature island. I'll put it that way. What was the first one I mentioned? That had a ranking on it. Put it that way. If you can get that in the chat before I close out the show, I will sign you up for this prize. I know Janice is lurking out there. But what is Christy? Hey, Christy. Christy wants to win another chance. She just chimed in. So anyways, you can't Google this, so I kind of gave you a hint. So I did mention in my ranked them. I did this one I mentioned I didn't rank. I'm not going to count that one. This is one I said, hey, this destination you may not have heard of. It may not be in your radar, but it is the nature island. It's the one place that Columbus would recognize if he came back. That's what they claim. It has over numerous active volcanoes, and I've been there myself. See what's going on in the comments. Hawaii Trails. Hey, no, it's not Hawaii Trails, not Hawaii, but very good. Hawaii, I did mention, Janice. Janice is going through all of them. Nope, not Galapagos. We'll see if anyone's good. I'm sure Janice will get it eventually. Janice will be well-deserved because you're on. Janice is on every show, along with Sherry Byers-Langston, Christy Dimmick, a few other friends of mine. They're on every show. I always change my show, too, and somehow they find it, depending on the weekend. Hey, Sue Laughing, thank you for joining. I'm looking at all of the not Galapagos, not Costa Rica. No, Costa Rica is not an island. This is an island in the Caribbean. But great guesses, by the way. That's awesome. Guys, this has been my Earth Day show. I'm sure Janice or someone's going to get it before I wrap up. I will do again. I don't mind supporting the Key Largo Rotary. They are a fantastic destination. and they are, a destination supporter as far as the local Keys environment, local Keys scholarships. And again, it's keylargorotary.org. And this is their one fundraiser for the year. So please buy a $25 raffle ticket to win this. It's May 31st, plenty of time to buy one. My friend Steven Jackson went on after he won last week and bought 5 more. You can buy 5 for 100 or 1 for 25. Some other guesses. Dominican Republic. No, I didn't rank that one, and then St. John. Christy, great guess, but I didn't rank St. John. I didn't mention St. John, but great guess. I thought I was very clear on this, but it was my number 5. It was the first one I said, and I said, I've been there, and it's the most nature island in the Caribbean. Anyways, if we get someone mentioning it, great. I'll hang on a little longer as I close out the show. This has been our Earth Day show. Thank you for joining us. Before I wrap up, I do want to say follow us on social media. Please like and please share this when you watch it. And also, Fantastic Nevers YouTube channel. All my shows are there, all categorized in the Enjoy the Journey playlist. Subscribe to that channel. Like the videos and watch it. Really helps me out. I am working on building up that channel, doing some creative things. I'm really debating doing a Dave's Backyard, another day in Dave's Backyard playlist, because I do so much here that would get a little redundant on the travel show. And I'm starting to branch out and do different shows. I do a show on Dave's Disney Community, that closed group for diehard Disney fans. Do that every week now, 2 on Saturdays. Now that I got the home studio, it's easy for me to branch out. So keep that in mind. In the Florida Keys, no, you guys have guessed every single one. But no, it was my number 5, my first one I mentioned that I ranked. Florida Keys, yes, I mentioned. Dominican Republic, I mentioned. But it was the first one I ranked of the 5, number 5. Not the best question, but I'm being stingy because I've already donated a bunch. I was hoping you guys would get them. It's also the most obscure one I mentioned, the one that you probably don't know. But anyways, next week, going on location again, going to Walt Disney World and Universal Orlando, doing a double trip. I'm doing my Dave's Disney Community Show. If you're in that group, please like Dave's Disney Facebook page and then join that group. Hit the join group button, and I'll let you in that closed group. I do exclusive content just for them because they're my biggest supporters. Really in diehard minutia Disney stuff. If you're into that, join us. If not, don't worry about it. I'll be doing a show on Saturday from Epcot in the International Flower and Garden Festival. And then on Sunday, I'll be live from Universal Studios. Haven't figured out where or when yet. Probably mostly the usual 5 o'clock. And that will be from their Mardi Gras. It's the last day of their Mardi Gras, their extended Mardi Gras celebration. Christy should come back for that. Christy used to live in Louisiana. Yes, Mardi Gras was in February and March, but they've been doing so well, this kind of food and wine festival, Disney commensurate program, that they are going to extend it. This is the last day. I am staying on site in the Portofino Bay Resort. So I have Ultimate Express Pass. I am guaranteed in the theme park, no matter how crowded it is, no matter how much they shut the gate, I'm allowed in. That's good news. And on Disney, I'm staying at Dolphin Resort for the first time. I can walk to Epcot and Hollywood Studios. Stay tuned for coverage there. I'll be doing numerous live feeds throughout the weekend, impromptus. I'll be doing my Dave Disney Die Hard show on Saturday at some point, probably in the afternoon from Epcot to check in that festival. Then I plan to do a comparison on Sunday, a comparison of the 2 festivals, Universal and Mardi Gras, once I get my kind of palate wet at both of them this weekend. Check that out. It's going to be a great time. Well, I appreciate you guys being on. No one got the question. Sometimes that's a question that seems simple to me. I appreciate the guys. Like I got St. Vincent, Stephen. Yes, by the way, I should have said this. Yes, you can win again, but no, you didn't win this time. I'm only giving you one guess, though, since you won before. St. John, great answer. Never mentioned it. St. Vincent is unfortunate right now. St. Vincent got hit by a volcano. They're evacuating people off the island. So, and then it's okay, Janice. You tried. Janice says I missed the first one. I am going to, no, not Hispaniola, which is the Dominican island. All right, I'm just going to say the answer because I got to wrap up. I want to do a quick half-hour show today. The answer I'll post again was Dominica. Dominica was the first one I mentioned that was ranked, I said. And I gave you hints that this is the most natural island in the Caribbean. I don't want to have to deal with looking for people in the recorded feed. So I'll give away more trivia prizes for the Florida Keys. The Ultimate Florida Keys Adventure by Key Largo Rotary. Please check out keylottery.com. I appreciate you guys joining me on my show today and the special Earth Day show. We did some of it from a kayak, some of it from in the home studio. Hope you did enjoy it. Look forward to seeing you next week, Saturday on Dave Disney Die Hard Show, my community channel, my closed Facebook group around 5 o'clock, and Sunday at 5 o'clock here on social media and YouTube. Going to compare the Universal Studios Mardi Gras versus the Epcot Flower and Garden Festivals. It's going to be a fantastic time. We'll see you guys then. Have a fantastic Sunday.